Okay, so this is Dr. Thrax versus General Towns, but I can't build any units from the command center, supply stash, barracks, arms dealer, or airfield if we capture one. Now, I've sped this line up quite a bit here because a lot of this is sort of just me staying in my base and then just waiting for black markets and scud storms to be ready. So prepped up some supply stashes to get the worker count up. I'm not actually building those workers, so I am within the rules there. Now, using one worker to trim the hedges, we want to clear that out so then my palace can have as much rocket fire on his laser tanks as possible here. So that's why we're doing that. So with our defense, 2 tunnels right next to the palace, and the palace is going to be fully garrisoned, taking out those laser tanks and Avengers. And yeah, that's the main line of defense that we want to utilize here. So yeah, now that we got the palace, we can build the black market, and we can also build scud storms too. Now, we're not going to build the scud storms right away because we need the cash. Money is going to be on the tight side at the beginning. Now, difference between General Towns and someone like General Kwai, for example, is he doesn't send out a lot of units to attack, which means that it's very slow getting to that rank 3. And the rank 3, we want to get the cash bounty. See, with Kwai, who busts out everything all at once, you're able to get that rank 3, and then you don't really need the black market. So we're going to be very reliant on black markets to get the funds up, and then we can basically use that as a stepping stone to get the scud storms on board too. Now, with the particle cannon side of things, he has 3 particle cannons, and they fire in a certain way. So the first and the third one will aim for base defenses, but the second one will aim at your command center. Now, I've downloaded some files to my Command & Conquer which sort of bugs out my version of Towns, so he doesn't actually fire the second one on the command center. Even if he did, it wouldn't matter. I could just send one of my workers gathering resources to repair the damage. So it would slow down my resource gathering slightly, but it wouldn't make any difference. So that's why, even though that bug exists, I'm still uploading this video anyway, because I don't think it would have mattered. Now, another thing to consider is that second particle cannon that I mentioned earlier. If you build your Scud Storm, he will change the target from your command center to Scud Storm. So all 3 particle cannons will attack Scud Storms, or any super weapon. Yeah, now we're just speeding things up again. Black markets, again, we're just waiting on the cash to build up, then building another black market, rinse, repeat. Now, his attacks are primarily going for my palace here, so it does mean that I don't have to build a lot of defense down where the black markets are. I do have 1 right now, that's just in case he attacks me with Comanches, but later on we do improve that defense there because I want to be able to prevent Colonel Burton from getting in my base too. And there's another bait out. So that's the thing with the particle cannons. If you just build a base defense more north than what you've already got built, then he'll aim for the scaffold, not for the tunnel network. You just got to be able to keep a good track of the particle cannons and when they fire. He normally fires them 30 seconds after the time has reached 0. So that's how I would remember it. And another thing, he'll usually do a voice line before he fires the particle cannon too. So if you're playing with the voice settings on, you can use that to tell. Rank 3, I went straight to triple bounty, and we want to get those funds up so then we can get as many Scud Storms on board as possible. I did lose track of time. That's why I was saying before, try not to lose track of time, otherwise you're going to lose your base defenses. And in my case, because I had the tunnel so close to the palace, I did lose the palace as well. So, small mistake there, but it really did not matter because he didn't launch any attacks. And even if he did launch any attacks, my rocket troops that are nearby would be able to deal with the threat. So I was not worried at all.
Have you in my sights now, General.
So yeah, as you can see, I've got 6 black markets. I might have gone a little overkill on the black market since I do have the level 3 cash bounty now. Maybe you could have done maybe 3 or 4 black markets, but I really did want to have as much money gathering going on as possible, so then I can just consistently build up those Scud Storms. Now, could you beat him without building Scud Storms? Absolutely. See, what you'd do is you'd build up a bunch of tunnel networks to get 1 million rocket troops pretty much, and then you could invade his base with the sneak attack. If you like hotkey your sneak attack, and then you get your you get whatever units inside your tunnel, and then you press, let's say the 1 key is your sneak attack. You press the 1 key, and then you just spam the evac button, and then you can get everyone from your base to his base in no time at all. So that's how I'd do it if I wasn't using super weapons. But in this case, I am using super weapons, and it just seems a lot faster and easier doing it that way. He's not really the most challenging of generals to go up against, and the thing is, he's so OP when you actually play as him. If you're using his laser defenses too.
I'm just a peasant. I will try to hurry. You change your mind often. This hammer is heavy.
Okay, now we got the workers. They're going to work on those Scud Storms. Now, the thing that I mentioned earlier about him switching targets from command centers and base defenses to Scud Storms, that's only going to apply once the Scud Storm is fully constructed. So right now, he's still going to aim at my base defenses. That's why I still got a Stinger Sight scaffold going on over there. And I was originally going to let them both stay at 99%, but I was like, I've got the cash. I can bait out the Scud Storm. I can bait out the particle cannon with a Scud Storm scaffold. That's why I got 3. And he aimed for the one I wasn't expecting. I was thinking he was going to go for the one at 0%, and I cancelled out the 0, and maybe I shouldn't have done that because that forced me to cancel the one that was at 64%. No big deal really, it just delays the inevitable. We've still got 2 Scud Storms that are on the go right now, and once they're at 0 we can use those to take out the particle cannons, and then no more need to bait out particle cannon strikes with Scud Storm scaffolds.
That was a lot of work. That building cannot fit there. That building cannot fit there. I am finished with the building.
So I was really trying to get that one in there. Not quite.
Just a peasant. This is hard. What do you want me to do? That was a lot of work.
And I was originally going to go for so I was going to build up the Scud Storm that was at 0% and then do another scaffold, but it was very far out, so I wasn't sure if I should have done that. So the one at 0% is going to be the bait this time. Now the more north like the base defense, the more north it is, the more likely it is that towns will aim at that scaffold. So rank 4, going for that rebel ambush. Wasn't utilized too well. I mean, I could have used it better in the end, but even so, we were still able. Like, we can just use multiple Scud Storms. We got 5 Scud Storms here, so even without the rebel ambush, you'd be set.
Cannot fit there. I will do the best I can.
And yeah, that Avenger there. See, some units I do have to evac the palace to get to the Avenger because they attack on certain angles. Now we're going in for the finale here.
Launching
So we use one Scud Storm on the particle cannons. Now usually one Scud Storm from Dr. Thrax can take out a super weapon or a command center. In this case, because the particle cannons are so clustered together, it doesn't fully take it out. That's why I need the second Scud Storm to finish the job. Now I'm actually building my next Scud Storm as we speak. Now that we no longer need to do any baits, I can just build that one up to 100% and maybe use it to fire. We didn't really need all that many Scud Storms, but we got the cash, so we may as well build it. And yeah, the Rebel Ambush, like I said, I could have used it a little bit better. Maybe I could have timed it with my next batch of Scud Storms, taken out the command center, and then used them to take out the last remaining dozer. That might have been a better way to deal with the problem. But in any case, we had a backup plan in the form of the one rocket troop that got built because we rebuilt the tunnel network that got destroyed from the earlier particle cannon. So yeah, just like that, he's no longer going to rebuild. I can just pick him off many buildings at a time with our Scud Storms, and that'll be that. And so that is how I beat General Towns with Dr. Thrax without building any units. Now, if you enjoyed this one, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see any more challenges harder than this one, I do have a playlist if you want to check that out. I'll see you next time. Bye.